Antagonist is the character in a play that opposes the main character, who is also known as the protagonist. This will happen whether or not the protagonist is a good character or an evil character. All plays need an antagonist, and in the Shakespearean play Macbeth, Macduff fulfills this role. Macduff is the Thane or chieftain or theft, and is extremely loyal to Scotland. He seems quiet, but when he speaks, his opinion is listened to and respected. But after his family, including his children, are killed by murderers and employee of Macbeth, a great rage overcomes him, which causes him to help Malcolm, who is Duncan's son, and the rightful King of Scotland to regain the throne. Macduff first appears in Act 2, Scene 3, where he goes to wake up the king, but instead finds Duncan's dead body. Then he proceeds to wake up the royal household with his calls of "Awake, awake, ring the alarm bell, murder and treason, Banquo and Dalbane, Malcolm, awake, shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look upon death itself. Up, up and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up and walk like sprites, to counterbalance this horror, ring the bell." Macduff's next appearance is in Act 2, Scene 4. In this scene, Macduff tells Ross, who is another fan of Scotland and an old man, about what is happening off stage. Through this conversation, we learn that Macbeth is going to be crowned as King of Scotland, while Duncan's body is being taken to Comikill to be laid to rest with his predecessors. While Macduff does not appear in Act 3, in Scene 6 he is talked about by Lennox and another lord while they discuss the recent murders of Duncan and Banquo. Lennox tells the lord that Macduff has gone to England to request help from the English King Edward. This is seen in lines 29 to 35 as the lord says, "Ever Macduff is going to pray the Holy King upon his aid to wave Northumberland and warlike Seward, that by the help of these we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our night, freed from our feast and bouquet of bloody knives." This shows how great Macduff's loyalty to Scotland is, that he will leave to go to England to help Malcolm raise an army against Macbeth, and leave his own family in theft unprotected. In Act 4, Scene 3, Macduff is shown trying to persuade Malcolm to lead an army against Macbeth to free Scotland from Macbeth's tyranny. At the beginning of the scene, Malcolm suspects Macduff of being a traitor and siding with Macbeth, as seen in lines 12 to 18. "Tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once for honest. You have loved him well, he hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something. You may deserve of him through me and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb, to appease an angry god." Later in the scene, Malcolm realizes that Macduff isn't a traitor and agrees to lead the army. This shows Macduff opposing Macbeth, because without Macduff, Malcolm probably wouldn't have led the army back to overtake Scotland and free it from Macbeth's tyranny. Towards the end of this scene, Ross becomes a bearer of bad news to Macduff, as he has to break the news that Macduff's family has been slain by Macbeth. This is the start of Macduff's great desire to kill Macbeth, and what drives him throughout the later part of this play. Act 5, Scene 4 is when we begin to realize that the three witches' prophecy of Macbeth's doom is coming true. The three witches had prophesied that.
"Beware Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me. Enough."
Laugh to scorn the power of man. For none woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and taking no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirators are.
Macbeth shall never vanquished be,
until great Burnham Wood, to high Dunsinane Hill, shall come against him."
In this scene, Malcolm orders his soldiers to break branches of the trees in Burnham Wood to deceive Macbeth's scouts about the size of King Edward's army. In this way, they make Burnham Wood move, which fulfills the three witches' prophecy about Macbeth's doom. In this scene, Macduff's only line is that King Edward and the Scottish thanes fighting with him should make judgment until the fight is won and should fight like hard-working soldiers. In Act 5, Scene 7, we see the great desire that Macduff has to kill Macbeth and gain revenge for his family. He states that he is tired of fighting mercenaries, and if he doesn't fight Macbeth, he would rather put his sword down unused and not have fought in this war at all. This shows the audiences that Macduff is driven by his rage to kill Macbeth and is tired of all these obstacles blocking his path towards Macbeth. The fated battle happens in Act 5, Scene 8, with Macduff versus Macbeth. At the beginning of the fight, Macbeth tells Macduff that he believes Macduff will never win because he is born of woman, and according to the Three Witches' prophecy, Macbeth cannot be slain by Macduff, as he is born of woman. However, a plot twist reveals that Macduff was born as of a Caesarean birth, which is being cut from his mother's womb, as Macduff states in lines 13 to 16.
Spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee. Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
When an antagonist dies in a play, it is normally the protagonist as one that delivers the final blow. This scenario may be swapped and applied to the antagonist slaying the protagonist, as Shakespeare has directed in this play. This fulfills Macduff's role as being the antagonist of Macbeth. In Macbeth, Shakespeare is trying to show that a person can achieve the life purpose through great grief and sorrow. He is showing that this grief can lead a person to seek justice while at the same time being patriotic to their nation and loyal to one's family and king or ruler. Macduff is the catalyst whose reaction to Macbeth's actions causes Macbeth's downfall, and without Macduff as the antagonist in the Shakespearean tragedy, the Three Witches' prophecy would have not come to pass, and Macbeth's actions would have gone unpunished.